out of Reno, Nevada, 13-year-old driver Evan Rauscher.
Hello and welcome to Rauscher Racing Weekly. I'm your host, Thomas O'Boyle.
And I'm David Rauscher.
And we're here again, like we are every week, to talk about some Cyceland racing.
Yeah. This week was pretty exciting. Evan, we put together a hybrid chassis for him, which that's what I'm calling it. It's two chassis that were bent that Brady cut in half for us and welded them back together with a few gussets, and it actually handled not too bad. So,
nice.
Not like a normal cart would, but it wasn't bad.
So this week we got the ticker running across the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and we're showing their points now that they're up.
Right.
So why don't you explain to the audience a little bit about how they get their points?
You get points for where you qualify. Say, first place who had the fast time qualifier gets 50 points, and I believe for every position behind him you lose a point. So second's 49, third's 48, and so on back. It may be higher. I'm not exactly sure. And then with the heat race, you also earn points with your heat race. You know, say the winner gets 10 and you lose a point there on back. And the same way for the main. Maybe you get 100 to win, and then you lose 2 until second place, and then it's 1 point per spot. So.
And the good thing with both boys is they're both in the top 20. They're
Right.
18 and 19 right now. But out of like 77, I think, was on the list. So
Something like that, yeah.
So they're in the top 20. So they're doing well, even despite his wrecks.
Right, yeah, they're holding their own. They're not too bad. Like I said, it's the toughest competition, you know. I say on the West Coast, it could anywhere in the country at this track. So
nice. And so, how was the crowd this week?
The crowd was about the same as it's been. You know, I think not too many people go just to watch the racing. It's more or less people go to watch family.
Right.
And so you always get, you know, the people that can't make it and walk around the pits, you know, and get everywhere. So they go up and they park in one spot in the stands and get to watch.
And usually we have your wife Kimberly with us.
Right.
But she had to have surgery.
Yes, she had surgery Thursday, so she's hanging out at home.
How's she doing with the surgery?
She's doing good. She's recouping. She's sore, so.
And so this week again, we're going to add Brent.
Yep.
The 250 series, who's your nephew.
Yep, my nephew. Yeah, he's here again.
How did he do this week?
I believe he raced his way from the heat race, transferred right into the A.
Nice.
And he held his own in the A.
Right to the A.
Yeah. So then, like I said, even in the 250 class, it's the best, you know, in the country here. So.
And any car troubles this week? Anything like that this week?
Not really, other than Evan running the hybrid.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, everything
That's
went
his
pretty
thing.
good. Right. So Blake transferred right into the A this week. That's the first A main event he's made this year.
Very nice. Very
so
nice.
that helped his points out a lot.
And I know they had like the brake issues and things like that. So.
Right. Yeah. We didn't have anything too bad this week. We made minimal adjustments on the cars to help them, you know, be a little bit quicker. Evan was complaining he was tight in qualifying and the heat race, so we made an adjustment to loosen him up, and it helped. So we went more in the garage this week. So. And
this week we're running the ticker now. Like I said, the points have come out. So on the bottom, we got letting them know that it's $10 to get in for adults, $5 for children, $25 for the pit pass. That's not a bad deal.
No, not
for
really.
A whole night of racing.
Right, yeah, and there's a lot of racing, and you know, that's it, for $25 it's worth it. You can walk around and meet some really cool people. You know, of course, you get your sticklers, you know, but 90% of everybody at this racetrack is really cool to talk to.
And it's out in Oroville.
Oroville.
Yeah,
it's between Oroville and Chico.
Okay.
So
it's not too far, but it's a good little drive.
It's a good little jaunt, yeah. But going down through the Feather River Canyon's beautiful. So.
Right. All right, so we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk to Blake about his race. All City Lawn and Landscaping, Nevada Contractor License 0086520. We are a locally owned family business, and our crew consists of honest and hardworking individuals who are determined to guarantee client satisfaction. We can take care of all your yard work and landscaping needs. Please do not hesitate to call us today For all inquiries or to schedule your free estimate, 775-720-8794. All City Lawn and Landscaping can do these jobs for you. Book, book, book. Need new installation? How about those trenches? We got you. Landscaping, design, and installation. Sod, rock, sprinklers, landscape, and construction on new homes, complete landscaping, renovation, and more. Complete lawn and landscaping maintenance, fertilization, pre- and post-endangerment, irrigation, installation, and maintenance. Pavers with your landscape design. Aeration, detaching, irrigation, turn-on, cleanups. Fully licensed and bonded and insured. You live the city life and leave the lawn care to us.
From food truck to restaurant, North Valley's Hawaiian food truck favorite, Aloha Shack. Enjoy Kahlua pork cheese shell tacos, the curry burger, or even Kahlua pork nachos. Aloha Shack just off of Exit 78, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. with a Saturday brunch served from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Takeout only, call 775-622-8825.
And welcome back from the commercial. I'm here with Blake, who got to qualify straight to A main this week for the first time. How'd that feel?
Pretty good. We started off the night, we qualified 20th. It wasn't too bad. We sat almost in the top 10 for most of it until like the last couple groups went out and the track got really fast. Then in our heat race, we started 5th, I believe, and then I passed the person in front of me for the transfer right off the bat, and then we sat 4th in the heat race and transferred right in. But on the initial start of the heat race, I hit the person in front of me, and it messed the car up, and it was really tight in the entry of the corner, and it just wanted to push. So I was really surprised. I held on to the transfer spot while we got it done, and we transferred right in this week.
And then how do you feel that your main event went?
We had our ups and downs this week with it because it's my first A-main of the year, and I had a couple mess-ups. But we started off pretty good. I moved up pretty decent, and I was sitting almost in the top 10. I was close. And then we had a caution come out, and at Cyceland we raced back to the caution. And I thought the leaders had already raced back to the caution, so I slowed down. But we were still racing.
Oh, so that got you.
Yeah, we were still racing, so I believe 2 cars passed me right there.
Right, okay.
And yeah, so I messed up there. And then coming to the checkered, the leaders were behind me, so they're throwing the white flag for them, but I still had another lap to do, and I thought my race was over, and I did not realize that again, because in the A-mains, lap cars are like a big factor in that, because there's just a lot more cars in the heat race, and I messed up a little bit. So hopefully next week we won't do that.
Well, why don't we take a look at your race and see what race. You qualified, like you said, right into A. You got to finish. No accidents this week.
Yeah,
so,
no accidents this week.
You got the points going. You're in the top 20. That's got to feel good, right?
That's pretty good for how many cars there are running for points, but not everybody's there racing every weekend for points, so that helps out too.
Yeah. And so this week coming up, how do you feel coming in? Is the car ready to go? You feel any adjustments are needing?
No adjustments. Maybe some tire wear. We had some tire wear on the left rear. That thing's getting pretty bald, so maybe some tire changing. That's about it. Otherwise, we're ready to go.
And how many points do you think you'll be able to catch up this week if you have a good week?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how all the points work. I just know if you just got to do your best so you can get the better points.
Okay. Well, you heard it from him. He had a great week this week, and we'll be back with Evan.
Are you too tired to cook? Tired of driving into town? Check out Fuego Habanero at Chuck's Market on the corner of Village Parkway and Cold Springs Drive. Come enjoy delicious, fresh, local, and authentic Mexican food such as carne asada street tacos, burritos, and their homemade avocado salsa. Brought to you, the customer, by us at Fuego Habanero.
All right, welcome back from the break. I'm here with Evan, who qualified into the B main this week. So how do you feel your race went this week and how things go at Cyceland?
It wasn't the best. How my dad said we were kind of running a hybrid car, so the car, I wasn't used to it yet. And in qualifying, I just felt like it was setting the corner really hard. Felt like the car was like bottoming out, kind of. So then we went back in, and then we moved the right rear out some more to loosen the car up, and that seemed to help quite a bit.
Well, last week when we talked to you, you had the big wreck and you had your bell rung a little bit. How are you feeling from that?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I still get headaches every now and then, but besides that...
And it didn't bother you too much in the race this week?
No, not really. With all the adrenaline, you really don't feel anything. Just like after the crash, I didn't feel anything until we got back to the pits, and everything kind of slowed down for me.
Well, like I was saying to your brother, you guys are both in the top 20, and you're actually ahead of him by one spot. And this is your first year in Open. How do you feel about that?
It feels pretty good. I mean, how he said this, there's like not everybody runs every single week there,
Right.
so that helps out a lot. But it's nice to beat him.
Well, right, and it's good for you guys because you want to get up there, and if they're not showing up, that helps you gain your points quicker. So, why don't we take a look at your race, and then we'll be right back and talk about what happened.
Okay.
All right, roll it. you finished and no wrecks this week, and you didn't lose your brakes. So that's gonna make you feel well.
Yeah, it's pretty nice not being able to have to kind of worry about not being able to slow down. So.
And so as we're getting ready to go to next Saturday's races, do you have any adjustments in the car? Do you feel well with it?
Yeah, I feel pretty good after we moved the right rear out some more, and that's about it. So after that, I think we're going to be pretty solid.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this week. We'll have you back again next week, and hopefully you can get into that AMA.
Hopefully, yep.
Sounds good. And we'll be back with Brent.
From food truck to restaurant, North Valley's Hawaiian food truck favorite, Aloha Shack. Enjoy Kahlua pork cheese shell tacos, the curry burger, or even Kahlua pork nachos. Aloha Shack just off of Exit 78, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. with a Saturday brunch served from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Takeout only, call 775-622-8825.
Do you want your home to shine? Well, look no further, because at All About Cleaning Service, we always have room for you. We are licensed and insured local business serving Reno, Sparks, and the North Valleys areas. We also provide service to Fernley. We offer the following services: one-time cleaning, bi-weekly cleaning, monthly cleaning, move-in outs, and deep cleans. We are currently running specials for our community. Our girls are reliable, trustworthy, and we can honestly say they are amazing. We put our heart and dedication into what we do. Contact us today, 775-799-0949. Facebook, All About Cleaning Service. Email, allaboutcspro@gmail.com. No mess, no fuss, just cleaning. All right, welcome back from the break. I'm here with the littlest Rauscher, Brent, the nephew. And this week, you qualified straight to A for your 250 series.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
Felt pretty good. We did that like twice in a row, so it felt pretty good.
Yeah. And so once you got through all your heats and your qualifying and you got to your main, how'd your race go? Why don't you tell us about your race?
I started mid-pack and it just fell apart. I went backwards from the start.
But what do you feel might have happened that made you drop back?
Didn't run the right line, didn't have the setup for I was running, so.
But, and that's what we talked about last week. Like, you're racing at, you're only 10,
Yeah.
and you know your lines, you know what you're talking about. So now that you get to see the video and everything, you'll prepare. How do you think what you'll do for this coming week?
I don't really know what's going to happen. You got to wait for the track to work to where you think you're going to get.
You got to get a feel for the track, is what you're saying. All right, well, why don't we take a look at your race, and then we'll talk about it when we come back from that video. All right. bad race. You know, you kind of ran pretty clean. Otherwise, you know, you need to find your lines, but you said that. So do you feel you need to do any adjustments on your car?
It felt pretty good all night long. I think we kind of figured out setups for how the track's going to change throughout the night.
All right. And but your car, other than that, you feel you can let it go and you'll be all right?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you again next week. And maybe you'll have a little bit better of a race. All right. And we'll be back to wrap up the show after this.
Are you too tired to cook? Tired of driving into town? Check out Fuego Habanero at Chuck's Market on the corner of Village Parkway and Cold Springs Drive. Come enjoy delicious, fresh, local, and authentic Mexican food such as carne asada street tacos, burritos, and their homemade avocado salsa. Brought to you, the customer, by us at Fuego Habanero.
Welcome back. We're here with David again. We're going to wrap up the show. Everybody did pretty good this week.
We had a decent weekend. Yeah, none of us hit home runs, but we definitely got on base. So.
You didn't hit home runs, but you didn't hit the walls and crash.
Exactly.
No headaches this week.
We're not spending hundreds of dollars this week to get ready to go again, which is nice.
So that's going to make you feel good. And what are you doing this week to maybe get them just a little more lined up?
Like I said, before, tire prep and new tires, like Blake had mentioned, that's going to be a big thing in the open class. The RPMs they seal the tires over so quick, and then they just lose bite. So new tires are definitely in the work for this week, and like for Evan, minor adjustments to loosen his car up. Looking at the measurements, we thought he was going to be tight going into the night, and we were right. And we took a swing at it, and we should have went more to loosen him up. In dirt racing, loose is fast. You got to be on the verge of out of control to run up front. So,
and like I was saying to Evan, it's a good thing this week you didn't lose brakes and there was no flips, like we said. So, it went pretty smooth.
Right. It was a decent points night. If we can get Evan into the main with his brother into the A main, and then it'll be a good points night for the whole team. So,
and we had Brent back again this week.
Yeah.
And. Man, for a little guy, he really knows what
he's got. Yeah, he kind of talked down on himself this week.
Yeah.
He didn't do as bad as what he's talking about.
No.
He fell back, and you have those races that sometimes things just don't click.
Yeah, even the pro drivers, right?
Exactly. And with dirt racing, it all depends on what time do they start watering the track, how much moisture is in the dirt. So when the moon comes up, how much moisture is coming to the top?
Right.
People don't realize the lunar pole has a ton to do with dirt racing.
Okay.
And it depends on when they start.
Something new to me.
Yeah, and it all depends on when they start putting water in the track in the day and how much do they put in there. So you, like he said, you really don't know what track you're going to get until the race before yours is done and you roll out. Then you're like, oh, okay. You can look at the track and be like, yeah, it's turning black, it's getting rubber. Mm-hmm. But you can go walk on it and it still sounds like Velcro. There's so much bite in it. And there's other nights where it looks like it's got rubber on it. And it's just slick as snot.
Okay.
So it's really hard to tell.
All right, so 2 things before we wrap up. If you guys have any questions for anybody on the show, you can email us at sierrapinestudios775 at gmail.com. And if they're looking to sponsor any of the cars.
Yes, you can get a hold of us at Rauscher95 at Yahoo, or you can hit us up on our Rauscher Racing page on Facebook.
And go out to the track. It's a nice, cheap family,
right
event.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It's fun for the whole family.
Go see some racing. Why we can get out.
Right, yeah. While you can do it before things get locked back down. Yeah, keep our fingers crossed we stay clear of that, but you never know.
Right. All right, so, thank you again for bringing your family into our homes and to the Cold Springs family.
Thanks for having us. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next week on Rauscher Racing Weekly.